cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible life before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible life before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
You guys killed it.
He made the decision to play Thiago. But Klopp doesn't change the system. Since move back left. You don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? We're back again on deadline day. And listen, we got to scrap the deadline day blues, people. I don't know if we're hearing the news. Liverpool shock us yet again.
Right.
Liverpool in talks to sign Antonio Nada from fucking no one, bro.
Bro,
Japanese outfit,
listen,
young.
JJ,
I looked at the
He can play everywhere.
compilations. Hard.
I've just looked at the stats. Highest running stats, bro. Covers the most kilometers per game, bro. He's cold.
Bro,
He scored the
look at
most goals in the calendar year, more than Messi. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he seems like he could do everything. Centre back, left
Obviously-
wing.
Obviously, it's mad. I know it's the Japanese league, innit? So obviously there is that. Is he going to be able to adapt to the league?
Yeah.
But still, man, like Liverpool have pulled one up again, man. Like surprised everyone. Like let us know in the comments. I know everyone's seen it. Let us know who you think of Nada, man.
Antonio
Yeah.
Nada, just such a footballer's name as well. Like,
Yeah.
it just
He's
makes
going to be number
sense.
8 and number 9 as well. First player to ever wear 2 numbers in a season. Like, yo, he's
Word.
a piece of dolly, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, man. Apparently, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But look, big up to everyone in the building. Make sure we're smashing a like. Shout out to everyone that's been subscribing as well. We're on 982 subscribers. We're that close away from getting that 1K. Can we do it
Guys.
today, people? Can we enter February on that 1K? Are you gonna put me, G, and Romz under pressure? Is that what we're saying, or are you comfy? To be fair, knowing how Liverpool are, we're not going to be under pressure, innit? They'll do things at their own accord. It might be in the summer when we get to the 1K, like the signings. It might be to the summer. Maybe not this. I didn't say what summer though. Just wait until the summer. Just wait until the summer.
You like that?
Before I look at the comments, man, G, Romz, how you guys feeling, man?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm excited about signing, but it's a good day, man.
Yeah, a good day, man. Good
I
day.
can't see that, bro.
We got a lot. You got a lot to chop up, man. We got obviously a lot of talk about signings, not Liverpool signings, but signings, I guess.
Some good signings out there as well.
Exactly, injuries as well. It looks like another one bites the dust. But look, we got Hayden Banks in the building saying, "Good evening, Reds. Big up to Hayden. Hope you're doing well." We got James Doherty saying, "No signings, no new owners. We have only crashed, burned, but we have not only crashed and burned, but fell off a cliff into the flipping ocean. Apart from that, good day, everyone. Good day to yourself." We got Captain Sal in the building. Big up. Live Bird saying, "IK5 out injured. We are truly effed." No, we're not, man. We're just gonna run it back. Reece Williams and Phillips. Just have to run it back. M. Tarmizzi saying, "Big up everyone. Deadline day blues with Chelsea trying to secure top targets. Blues indeed. Facts. I'm happy someone clocked that. Deadline day blues. I hope someone clocked that. I like that.
No pun intended.
Exactly. Abdus Chowdhury saying this club, man. We got Herschel saying this club is dead. K LFC 6 times. Big up to K, man. Look, let us know about Antonio Nada. Let us know, man. Let us know. What are people thinking of Antonio Nada? We got Casey for days saying 100% the club is dead. Scrap saying tired of even saying the name Klopp now. We got JB saying could today be the beginning of the end with lack of activity. And Dicko saying Nat Phillips re-sealing versus Madrid. It might not be that. It might be that. Nat Phillips packing his bags after they were packed. But then all of a sudden he's not going away. It's for 2 summers now. For 2 summers.
Every window. Does this happen to you? You're on holiday, yeah? And you're getting ready to leave. Then you realise your flight's cancelled or they sent you an email or text. You're like, oh, we're staying at the resort for another day. Then you unpack your bags. They reschedule. That's what Nat Phillips has done, bro. But only that his isn't for another day. He's here for like the next 2-3 months. Like, yeah, you have to stay in the country for months before you're coming back.
Yeah, they ain't leaving.
I'm great now. This is
do you know what it is though? I want to start off by saying, yeah, today it's not even about is this Klopp's fault, is this that person's fault. It's just the club as a whole.
Yeah,
to not bring anyone in, it doesn't matter because no matter how you look at it, whether you think it's FSG, whether you think it's Klopp, whether you think it's Linders, it's the club, isn't it? The clubs don't think that the club's the entity that's being affected, and this is just negligence at its finest. How can you go and everyone see a gaping hole? You don't decide to strengthen at all. At all. You don't even bring in a body. There's not even like, oh, you know what? We're just going to risk it and see what this brother can do. We even did that with our centre-back crisis. And yeah, it didn't work out. But at least we did something. We've just said, we're not doing anything. Like, we're not bringing anyone in. Amrabat, Barca looking to get him on loan. With an option to buy for 40 M's. Barca can't get him because they ain't got because of FFP. They haven't even got 40 M's to go and bring in. Liverpool could have attacked that to get him on loan.
The most alarming one for me.
Jorginho, 12 million.
Crazy.
12 million. Listen, 12 million that you can go and flip for what 15, 19 if it don't work out. You want to play this ball.
You can even just get your money back. Like you could even just get your money back.
You could just get your money back. But hey, you could get your money back by hey. Gallagher, Unahi.
That's what I was going to say. 8 million. You look deep it. 8 million with 2 million add-ons.
How about Sabitzer to Manchester United on loan? How about that with no obligation to sign? How about that?
German league as well. Played for
Nagelsmann.
Suits Klopp's system. I don't know, people. It's getting increasingly alarming, increasingly more scary. I don't know what to say apart from, hey, we told you so. We told you so.
Oh, snap. I forgot about Weston McKinney as well.
On loan, people. On loan to Leeds. Weston McKinney. But Liverpool are prepared to... Liverpool are prepared, and this is what I've thought about, and someone actually tweeted it, and big up to whoever did tweet it. Liverpool are actually wasting the prime years, especially this season, of world-class players that we had, such as Alisson, Salah, Fabinho even, at the time he was, Virgil van Dijk. All these players were wasting, a season is now gone because the club have failed to go and approach B, C, D, E, F, or G options. Because you're willing to sit on the fact that we need to get a Bellingham and that's it. You do that when you have a core that's working. You do that when you have a core that doesn't need refreshing and you're just getting little add-ons. You don't do that when you need a complete rebuild. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have got Salah, we wouldn't have got Mane, we wouldn't have got Gini Wijnaldum, we wouldn't have got loads of players. Majority of that squad we wouldn't have got because they weren't first choice.
Facts.
But when you're building, you make do with what you've got, and I'm sorry, This is just man. I don't know. Chat to me, man. Chat to me.
This is not really much difference to what you said. It's just that the most concerning thing for me is the reason why I'm a bit calm today, because I expected this. We all did. I thought we might. I don't think any of us would have complained even if we had the same approach that we have with Melo. Even if we had to get an emergency loan for a centre-back and a centre midfielder, cool. Some people might say, but then if we'd done that, you would have still cost the club. But at least we're doing something. Because that injury news to Ibu, we now should have, I don't know, gone into the market and got a quick loan for a centre-back, let alone a centre midfielder. It's just gross negligence. And what's the most worrying thing for me now is, you two, I don't know how this season... You know that saying, it can't get any worse than this? Bro, I think it's going to get much worse before it even gets better. That's the worrying thing, because you're seeing on the timeline, I'm seeing some big Liverpool accounts. Wait until Jota and Diaz about putting praying faces, putting pictures of them to, you two, come back, please. They're not going to do it. What they will do is they'll probably add goals. I'm not going to lie. We'll probably score a bit more. But like we discussed on this channel, goals aren't really our problem. I think we average a goal a game anyway. It's not really been our problem. But if anyone thinks Jota and Diaz are going to come back and we're going to get miraculously good and we go on that 4-5 winning, it's not happening. We're just actually in the mud. And it's got to the point now where it's sad to say this. And I remember I said to you at the start of the year, Jerry, I'm lowering my expectation. It's because of what you said, I try to not lower them as much. But I remember saying to you, about a month into the season, I'm lowering my expectations because I don't want to be hurt. Like, I just want to accept where we are. And you're like, no, and you're right. We're Liverpool Football Club. We shouldn't have to. Look what we've done the last 2-3 years. Like, we're kind of in pole position. Well, we were in pole position. And then I thought, even in the back of my mind, I thought, I hear you, Jerry, but the club's not showing me anything to believe in them. And now, I don't care what any fan says to me. I have no expectation. Every weekend now for me is just going to be any other week. I'm not going to be disappointed when we lose. I'm not going to be annoyed. I'm just expecting it. If we win or draw, it's actually a bonus to me now. Like, we got a result. Like, I'll actually be quite... No, I'm not even happy, but I'll be a bit satisfied because I go into every game now. Deep how Tatley said, I go into every game thinking we're going to lose. Crazy.
Yeah, it is that. And when you're seeing... a lot of kind of content creators, journalists, also singing off this same hymn sheet now about this being very negligent, not understanding what's going on, not understanding Klopp's decisions. You know what? And a big up to AGT from DR Sports, but he actually made a comment that was actually mad. Klopp's actually, he's actually quite... Him making that comment and saying that everything's all good with the squad, it's like he's taking the fans for idiots. It's like you're taking the fans for idiots because everyone can see there's an issue with the squad. The squad is not okay. It's not you're saying the squad's not okay, but we're going to solve this in the summer. It's the squad's okay, everything's all good. You're taking us, like you actually think we're idiots now. You say jump, we say how high. We say the trainers are black, you tell us they're white and they're white, even though they are black. The Air Forces, Dad, I want white Air Forces. These are white. You're looking at them, they're black Pumas, bro. They're Air Forces and they're white. They're Air Forces, bro. As far as we're concerned, they're Air Forces, and it's actually insulting everyone's intelligence. That's exactly what it is.
You know what justifies that, JJ? Correct me, you two may know the exact month, the comments may know, but I think it was around October. Did he come out and even admit, you know what, you lot were right, I was wrong. We do need reinforcements in the midfield. Yet you've still not, you've completely contradicted what you said. You've come out and admitted you were wrong and still not doing anything about it. That for me was when I said, yeah, this guy don't rate us, bro. He just plateauing. He's happy to cope, but we're not even plateauing and coasting. We're just getting worse.
And what it is for me is that it's not even like, look, opinions on whether like we should sign this player, do this, do that. Look, it doesn't matter, right? You've come out and told us you were wrong. We needed to sign a midfielder. That was the same summer we were in for supposed Chouameni. We went and signed Nunes instead, so blew all the money away, and then we had to get a panic buy of Arthur on loan. That hasn't worked out because he's been injured. We now have more midfielders that are injured or not available or not playing up to form. And you're telling us the squad is all good, but we haven't rectified that position. Like, just because Arthur came in doesn't mean, like, do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean we've got a midfielder. Like, he's not available. So essentially he counts as nothing. That's a dead rubber. And that's a dead rubber signing. So we still need the signing there. So essentially we are still right. You haven't corrected it. You haven't gone and even signed someone that we all hate. I'm telling you now, I know a lot of the fan base, if you went and signed Jorginho, some people will be like, nah, what the hell? We don't need that. You ain't got legs. But at least the club's doing something. The club's doing something. And how he wants us to keep believing in what he's doing and supporting is actually shocking. It's actually shocking. And when I compare it to, for example, Arteta, right? Arteta doing his Jorginho signing, people are already on his neck. Him and Edu getting berated on social media. Berated. How could you do that? Well, no, Arteta. See, I always knew there's something wrong with him. He's getting no leeway. Klopp gets all of it. No criticism. No criticism. Forget whether you went him in or out. Where's the criticism?
You know what
Where is it?
You know what I can't stand, JJ? The common rebuttal is, but Klopp knows he needs players. It's not up to him. He doesn't want to call out FSG. But then you're an enabler. Then you can see the issue and you're agreeing with what they're doing. I hate when fans say, but he's not going to call them out. It looks bad. Cool. Then you're just going to continue to let them do it. And the thing is, I big up Tom Little because Tom Little said it many, many times. He signed this contract. Remember, he only signed a contract in the summer, people, or was it 12 months ago? It was recently anyway. He's only recently signed a contract. So he would have agreed. He would have agreed to everything they said. I know we've given him a bit more power, a bit more control over the transfers, but he's been offered a contract. He's agreed to the terms and conditions. So you're obviously fond of the ownership. You're obviously on board with them. So if I was you would have to, if you're not happy with the squad and whatnot, because even though he says he is, this is the only thing. This isn't me backing him. This is one thing I do believe. He's just, when you're so wrong and you've been wrong for so long, you have to be strong about it. In my opinion, I think he knows he fucked up. But when you have to kind of keep to a lie, or just you don't want to admit that you were wrong and they were right. You just keep sticking to the lie when you deep down know you're wrong. That's Klopp right now. But it's come to the point we've got so bad and it's damaging us. You then have to now call out FSG. If it is them, say, look, I want to sign him, but they're not offering you the funds. You have to call it out because you can't sign a contract the other day, agreeing with everything they said, and now stay quiet. Because it's even today. I don't know how true this is, but according to I think someone Madden, he said, yeah, this squad's. I think you just see it, G, as well. This squad, he apparently believes the squad's good enough to finish 4th. I don't know how true that is, by the way. That's alleged. But if that's the case, it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, man. Klopp's, I can't lie. I don't even care. Like I keep telling everyone, let Klopp do his thing, man. Like, we're all stressing about Klopp. Like, let him do his thing, man. If he wants to not sign anyone, he doesn't want to sign anyone. Like, I mean, people are going to get mad anyway. They're going to be mad with the board because they think he's not giving the funds. But then, cool, I'll flip that on its head. Why must the board give him funds? They don't have to. Klopp's been working under these same conditions for the last 7 years. They don't have to give him any more funds. Klopp doesn't have to go out and buy Jude Bellingham. Klopp doesn't have to spend over 100 million on midfielders. That's been proven. Jorginho just went for 10 million. There have been players who moved on loan. So let's not act like Klopp has to go out and buy Jude Bellingham. That's a myth. Anyone who thinks that we have to buy Jude, then you're living in cuckoo land. We don't need to buy that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes more sense we're in a situation where we need to spend money quite wisely because we know how our ownership model is. So I don't get why people get mad. Like, I've got to the point, like with FSG, you just know what they're about. So get over it. Like, it's really not even that big of a deal. Like, get over it. They move like this. So we got to move within that. Okay, no problem. So we got to then figure out how do we best use our money, wisely and stuff like that. Because I never heard any of you complain before. I didn't hear no one complain about the other signings that we got. back in the day when we was winning stuff. So don't complain now. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm looking at Klopp anyway on this one, regardless. Like, I know JD was mentioning, can't blame this guy or that guy. And that is true. It is a club thing. It is a whole, because at the end of the day, as much as we know what FSG are about, it would be nice if they did actually put in a bit more money so that we could spend a bit more cash. And I'm not even talking just for Jude Bellingham, just cash in general. But the reality is, like, we keep looking at this FSG thing. I'm just getting bored of this conversation, man. Like, everyone keeps talking about, yeah, FSG got to do this. What, do FSG pick fucking Harvey Elliott at left wing? No. That's on Klopp. Like, Klopp bought a left winger to put Harvey Elliott out there. Klopp spent our money that we needed for a midfielder to buy a player that we needed in a position that he mentioned was obviously a problem position because the players were injured in that position. He then goes and buys a player for that position. He doesn't then play that player in the position. Guys, let's wake up, man. Let's wake up. Like, one of the main issues at this football club is Jurgen Klopp. This is the guy who turned down players because he wants his number one target. That is like the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard when you work under an ownership model. That doesn't give you that much money. He must have thought he's a manager of Chelsea, where he could just go out and buy Enzo today and Mudryk tomorrow and Noni yesterday. And bro, like, you're at Liverpool, man. You need to spend your money a bit more wiser. Don't waste it on Darwin Núñez. Don't waste it on Gakpo. Don't waste it on all of these players, bro. Like, I'm tired of all of this. Yeah, the owner's got to do this. The owners don't have to do nothing. Get it through your heads. They don't have to do shit. If they don't want to spend their own money, they don't want to spend their own money. So this is the money that you do have. Get used to the money that you do have. You signed a deal under the pretense of this is the money that you do have. I don't believe FSG said to him, yeah, we're going to give you more money. I don't even think that was the conversation. Maybe now, because the situation is, is so dire in terms of the season and stuff like that. And in terms of a rebuild, and they probably didn't foresee Newcastle being bought, Arsenal getting so much better, plumbing money into their club, Man United getting better, Chelsea obviously spending so much money. Maybe the landscape might change in the summer, but right now, what does everyone think? Like, we're gonna get Jude, and then what? Like, I really don't get it. Getting Jude and even getting just two midfielders into this team, that's not enough, man. That's not enough. We need two midfielders. We've been saying we need a centre back. We've been saying we need cover for right back. You know what I mean? Heck, I would sell Tsimikas and get a better cover for left back. Like, Firmino may or may not leave, so we might need a position for that. Like, you need to gut this team out, man, because unfortunately, if you do not do that, this team is not good enough, man. And it's shown. The quadruple was like, it just pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. Like, everyone just got too gassed, and you weren't looking at the performances, you weren't looking at the players, you weren't looking at the performance levels and stuff like that. You were too busy worrying about, he's putting the same team out every single damn week. And once these players play at optimum level, they perform at this level. But the second they drop off of that level, like every team in the history of football, they can't perform that well. Hence why we need players for rotation. Hence why we need new players to refreshen the squad. Now we're here. So, guys, get used to it, stuff it, and just keep quiet, man. Don't moan about it. Not you guys, but you know what I mean? Like, the people complaining about it.
I'm inclined to agree to a certain extent because, look, regardless on how much, and I said it before, if we were spending 5 million on players, but we were spending 5 million on players and it weren't good enough and that was all we had, I think the argument of the owners not giving enough money for certain players would be there. What we've shown is, for whatever reason, whether it's the management, scouting, they don't want to go for B options, C options, D options. That's what Moneyball was. That's what Moneyball was. If we can't get option A, you've got option B. That stat-wise look very similar. You get option B. We're not even doing that anymore. We're settling. It has to be Jude. It has to be whoever else. And look, let's put it out there. Let's say Jude comes and doesn't do well, or Jude comes and he gets injured, or Jude doesn't come. What happens then, people? What happens then? Because your option 2, the fact we're linked with him, I assume is an option 2, but your Enzo Fernandez you've let go, right? You're gonna have to pay a similar amount of money for him. Bellingham, Jude, Enzo, whatever. But you're gonna have to pay the certain amount You're seeing the Chelsea are looking to offload some players because of the signings that they've made. Hence why Gallagher's looking like he can leave. It's looking like Mount could leave. Jorginho's on his way out. You then have funds. So that's the first point. Klopp then has funds, proven with the fact that we had Nunes and Gakpo purchased in the last 2 windows. We didn't sell anyone of note to go and raise those funds. So those funds were just provided to Klopp. And you spent it on Nunes and Gakpo. You didn't address the midfield. When everyone spoke about the midfield, and people have been speaking about the midfield since the pivot of Milner, Henderson, and Gini Wijnaldum. We've always been speaking about the midfield. And in that time, we've only brought in Keita and Thiago and Chamberlain. All 3, which, to be fair, have been underwhelming, let's be honest. I was listening to The Club with McKenna and Boovy and Rory, right? Made a fair point. Thiago's been poor, man. Been poor. Because he's so nice on the ball, because he's such a good footballer, he gets... Again, it's the illusion. It's the wool being pulled over our eyes. He don't affect games as much as he should. Defensively or offensively, he doesn't. He's now become the system, but we can't play in that system. And look, Effortless saying we sold players to get that deal. I'm sorry. Mane, Grich, Minamino, Origi was a free. Minamino was peanuts. Nico Williams and Ben Davies. Listen, that didn't amount to 90, 80, 60 million with add-ons. It didn't. And to go and get Gakpo again in the January. And regardless, he went and purchased those players Effortless. He purchased 2 wingers, 2 forwards. Where's the midfielder? Where's the midfielder? Why not purchase 1 and get 2 midfielders with that money? Even if it's for now, a stopgap. It's scary. It's scary when you go and see it. How do Liverpool? How does Klopp explain what the reasoning is? How does that? Not even Klopp. How do the club do?
Jerry,
I don't know. Bear in mind. Sorry, G. No. Bear in mind. What were Arsenal fans saying about the Cronkies for years?
Yeah, these men don't spend.
They don't spend, they don't this, they don't that. And there was all these excuses. We've been working on attacking overhaul. It's the midfield that needed. We didn't need an attacking overhaul. What attackers? We still have Bobby. We've only let go of Mane. You do that next summer. Your engine room. The engine room. If you understand football, it's the engine room. It's not about the forwards. And regardless, if that's what they've done, they've been working on an attacking overhaul. Cool. But guess what? You've messed up. And then you're saying, imagine Mane goes and we don't replace him. Diaz was the replacement. It weren't Nunes. Because Mane wanted to leave that summer. And Klopp said stay another year. Diaz was the replacement, not Nunes. So regardless, it's a blunder. Regardless whether you think it's planned, whether it's not planned, effortless, whether it's, do you know what I mean? It's you think he made the right judgment call. It hasn't worked out. It's been a poor decision. And I'm sorry, in any walk of life, your decisions have repercussions. They have good decisions or bad decisions. And there's repercussions for that. Why is he getting a blight?
All I'm saying is I don't understand.
Sorry to cut you. I know it's rhetorical, Jerry, but we know why he's getting a fly, and that's ultimately what's bringing us down, because I honestly believe, and this isn't even me, this is no hyperbole to this or whatnot. I honestly believe Klopp could bring us down to the Championship, and there'll still be fans that will say, "Give him time to get us back to the Premier League." I genuinely believe that even the size of club we are, I genuinely believe Klopp could get us relegated, and it will drop. Obviously, the percentage will drop, but there'll still be about 30 or 40% fans that he gave him our first league. He brought us back to the pinnacle. Give him time to bring us back to the Prem, regardless that he's literally just relegated us to the second tier. That's how I feel. Some of our families are delusional. We know he shouldn't be given leeway, but we know why. Like, we actually just know why. I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying.
Yeah. 1 second, people. We have 124 people in the building. Trudno saying the likes are trash. I don't know if we want to go and see the likes. I don't even know if we want to go and see the likes. So please, for myself, G and Romz, make sure we're smashing the likes, people. Please, there's 124 people. Let's get to 100 likes quick, man. Much, much, much appreciated. 40 likes.
Rookie's killing me. Rookie said, does Nada play in the midfield? Nada's cold, bro. Bro, Rookie.
Well, he plays midfield and attack, man. I keep saying he's going to wear number 5 and number 9.
Bro,
but do you know what he did also, though? Do you know what he did also? I think it was last season, for half of the season, at fucking no one, yeah? He went and played at right back. And actually we're calling him the Japanese Trent, which is mad. So, yeah. But guys, please make sure we're smashing the like. Please.
What I was gonna say was, Rom's kind of said it there. Anyways, that's what I was kind of gonna allude to. Is, bro, like, we're sitting 9th in the Premier League. Yeah, we're out of every cup competition, and we will probably get knocked out of Champions League. That's just purely because of the dates and how the dates have aligned. That is not until February. But when we get knocked out of that, the manager's playing one of the worst brand of football in the Premier League. And there's no pressure on man. Like how tapped can this fan base be? Like, there's no pressure on man. Like, any other club, yeah, like, who's in our position and our stature in the game, you try to tell me what Real Madrid, like, even Manchester City were asking 1-2 questions of Pep when he was doing shit that season. The difference with them is that season, know that he's was it last season? It was last season.
That first season, yeah.
Oh, that first season, yeah.
When they came fourth.
That's been his only.
No. I'm talking about the season that they won the Premier League, but they were sitting in like 10th for time.
Oh yeah, it was last season. It was last season. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like 10, 11 games in, they were mid. I forgot.
They were mid, bro. But guess what? Because you know how good Pep Guardiola is, because you know he's like the best manager in world football, you can give that man a blight. Klopp isn't that guy. Yeah, Klopp's not that brother. He's a good manager, but he's definitely not. He's nowhere near on that kind of level. So I don't understand how there's no. And even when Pep was in that position, man, were asking questions. People were doubting in the media, and like it was like question. Is Pep losing his touch? Blah blah blah. Like, if they didn't go on that run kind of thing, then they're lucky they started their run when they started their run, and their credit in the bank is so mad that, you know, for the last decade that anything could kind of happen with them. With Liverpool, you don't really know. You just kind of think, yes, it's happened a couple times, but it's, you know what I mean, it's one of them ones. I don't get any other team in this position where man are not questioning the manager, or like, you're not questioning anybody, but you're so concerned with the owners. Like, that's so tapped to me. Like, our manager's come out and told everybody the midfield is fine. He's told us that he is wrong. He has told us that the squad is fine. He has told us that he ain't trying to sign nobody. He has told us that he's got options. The guy has told us all of these things, but this fan base, and this is why I say this fan base is just tapped. This fan base still turn around and say, yeah, but anybody who wants Klopp gone, yeah, they're not real Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? Like, because Klopp's the guy, he's done this. I'm like, give a fuck what you've done. No one cares what you've done. Like, that's so irrelevant to the situation. No one cares what you've done. Do you get what I'm saying? No one cares. Because right now you're literally showing everybody, like, this isn't the first 10 games in where maybe if you said Klopp out back then, when I was saying it like time ago, maybe you would turn around and say, "Wow, well, what's your reasoning?" Blah 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 blah. Fair enough, I could hear it back then. But we're 19 games into a season. We're out of all the cup competitions. You are all now seeing the brand of football. People keep saying, yeah, when Diaz comes back, when Van Dijk comes back, when Jota comes back, what, we're going to be doing up 6 like we were doing before they were here? Like, do me a favor, man. Like, that's not going to, like, what does everyone think? These men come back and then we just go, shoo. Like, we're not going to be playing any better. We're going to be playing the same and be relying on the same individual quality to get us out of these games. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't let a flipping gassed win against fucking, I don't know, who was it? Bournemouth fool you. Like, what? And a 45-minute performance against Tottenham. Like, is this what people are going on? This is what I'm saying. This fan base is so tapped. Like, what are you guys watching? Like, what is everyone watching? I don't get it. Like, there should be some serious pressure on the manager. Like, we should be down at his yard with pitchforks and firing them thing there, like, saying, yo, like, what is going on? I don't get it. Like, we're just all calm and, yeah, Klopp's, don't worry, guys. Like, if you give Klopp money, bro, you don't deserve it. Klopp does not deserve it. He doesn't deserve that shit at all, bro. Like, I'm tired of, like, keeping my mouth quiet because it's like, everyone is so soft and they prancy around, content creators, fans, and all of you. Like, it's like everyone just prancing around the situation. I'm like, bro, fuck all of that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you lot are happy with this. The top clubs are not happy with this, I promise you. You know what I'm trying to say? Hence why Chelsea are doing what Chelsea are doing anyway. Our board just won't do that. So the reality is, man's got to start asking questions of the manager, just in terms of your tactical gameplay stuff. If we know what the owners are on, cool. Let's get mad at the owners. Turn up at their house in America with pitchforks if you want to do that. That's calm. I've got no issues with that. Heck, I might even want to join you if I can get a flight over there. But I'm saying at the same time, if we're then going to be doing that same energy for the owners, I need exact same energy for Jurgen Klopp. And right now, I'm just not feeling, like I said, content creators mainly, but also the fans online as well. And the fans who go to the games, they're probably the biggest ones, in my opinion, who they're shaming themselves half the time, because more time you're all sitting there watching the same shit and you're actually seeing that shit live and you're still backing this guy. Yo, that's a myth. That is a myth. From now to the end of the season, I ain't backing him. You know what I mean? I'll back a couple of the players. I'm not backing him. And the club in itself, the club are an embarrassment. They're a disgrace. The whole club is a disgrace. The way we're moving, the way we're behaving,
and that's what it is. Because for me, is that regardless about the whole thing about Klopp, and everyone knows what I think of Klopp and stuff, yeah, and my opinions on what's going on. For me, this is where the clubs step in and say, you know what, you're not having a say with anything now, you know.
Yeah, shut up and just do your job.
Shut up and you're taking this midfielder. Yeah, bro. But they're not going to do that. So if they're not doing that, then how can you keep attributing all the blame to FSG? You know, like there's been other regimes, like, you know, like at Newcastle, where the manager don't have a say in any of the players that come. The players just come and he's got to work with them. He's like, brother, I don't want this brother. I wanted this brother. And he's like, no, you're getting him. And then they have a little rift. FSG have never moved like that. FSG have never moved like that. They've always got what he wanted. Yes, it might be the collective that said, you know what, let's go and get this person in general. But Klopp said before, he has a say in what's going on. He has a say in what's going on, and that's the problem. I mean, let's just look at some of the signings that like are going ahead, because there aren't any. You've obviously got Unahi. Romz, chat to us about Unahi, man. 8.5 million.
When I saw let me actually be an accountant right now. So it wasn't even 8 million British sterling, of course, because he went from Angers to Marseille. So he stayed in League 1. But
did he go from? You went from Angers to
Angers, yeah.
Angers, but just before you continue, bro. Angers are dumb anyway. That whole deal, they're so dumb because they could have got a lot more money from. They could have got 25 million euros, but they rejected that. Now they've waited so long. The only team that was then looking to grab was Marseille.
25. I remember someone. I can't remember.
Yeah, but someone bid 25, and I was like, right, 25 mil for my man. Like, I don't know if he's worth that, but cool. Like
Napoli. It was Napoli, innit? I think it was Napoli.
It might have. I fully can't remember, but I remember it being 25 mil.
Because Napoli, and they rejected it. It was that earlier in the window.
Early in the window. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Napoli, but. Yeah, bro. I think it was 8 million euros, 2 million add-on. So if that was British pound sterling now, that probably would have been 7.5 million or whatnot. Even him just as a stopgap, he would have been perfect for us. But I think that's a very good deal for Marseille. And Marseille, right? I checked the league on table the other day. I was watching PSG and Romz as well. Bro, you know how every season you kind of even have to look at that table because you know PSG are minimum 10 points clear. Brother, they're 2 or 3. Marseille. Yeah, Marseille. Who's the team below them? Lens, the LENS team, and Marseille. I think they're top 3. There's about 7 points between them. it's not as plain sailing this season. So that's quite a shrewd signing from Marseille. What other signings have there been today? The one that probably gone.
No, go on. With Inahi, yeah. Why do you think Liverpool haven't gone in for someone like that? Considering we've done that with Minamino before, the price is cheap. Is there something about his game that Klopp doesn't like, that Liverpool don't like Linders don't like? What is it?
I think the profile, like what type of profile would he? I wouldn't look at that and think, yeah, sign him. That would have to be way down the list, like of signings. I'm trying to think of where would he even fit, kind of thing. Like where would he play?
He's got that number 8 shirt in it, so he's an 8, isn't he? So somewhere as an 8.
This season in isolation, though,
you can't play it.
I know you just said you wouldn't look at him and think sign him, but I keep saying this season's different to all of the other seasons. This season in particular, you probably, it's a no-brainer, but you probably would if you were offered, look, you could sign him. You probably would, because when you look at his attributes, energetic, he's a technician, but we know what Klopp does with technicians anyway. But
we've got Thiago and Elliott playing in midfield this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it will kind of make no difference.
So you're trying to tell me Inahi's not the right profile, but Elliott is in midfield?
And he's more experienced than
but I don't think Elliott's the right profile in midfield anyway.
I hear you, but he's playing there regardless. He's played every game this season. He's played 30 games this season.
Okay, cool. If we're saying that, then to rebuttal that, that's the exact reason why you can't sign an Inahi then. Because we're seeing that an Elliott and a Thiago don't work in that midfield. So why would you sign a third brother that works there, who does probably the same as Elliott, obviously to a better level kind of thing. But you're going to sign a third guy to do that when we're already struggling to get Jones, and like he's probably maybe. I don't really know.
No, why you would G? Because Klopp is insane and he likes to do things that. So he could be like, you know what? Elliott and Kate aren't working in that 8 role, bro. No, bro, you come as well.
Guys, by the way, people in the comments, man, like I just quickly, just before we go on to the other transfers and that, like it's like I was saying about the whole Klopp thing, because I know people, get their tits in a twist, but like at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to someone like Klopp, you can't say he deserves something when he's never ever had it. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like you can't say, oh, he deserves the money. He doesn't deserve the money. I'm trying to say, like, whether he's given it or not, that's then, down to the owners and stuff like that. We can't say he deserves it because, like I said, he was doing fine without it and none of you were complaining. So now that he's not doing fine under the same restrictions, I judge him solely by that measure. I'm not judging Klopp with money because he's never had the money. If he had money and he was doing shit, I'll do the same thing. If he was doing well, I'll say, yeah, he does really well with money. He's good at spending.
Is that with Conte, right? When Conte don't get the money to spend, you can look at a Conte and be like, see, he deserves that. He needs to have money to go.
You know what? Perfect example. He actually reminds me a bit of that. When these guys don't really have the kind of money and they have to work within the confinements kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like they need to have their players, like most teams, but Man City probably being the exception, who I don't feel like they need a player like that. Whereas Liverpool and Conte under with Spurs and that, they need to have this one player, the right player in that position. If they don't have them, their teams just look shit. And that's what we're seeing with Liverpool. That's what we're seeing with Spurs at this current moment in time. So that's what I meant when people get a bit like, oh, but you don't think it. I'm like, yeah, I don't think he deserves it. If he gets it, then we see how he does. But to say he deserves it, no one deserves it. You just work with what you've got. Like, we need to stop, and also stop thinking about the past, man. The past is irrelevant to the current at state of play, man.
Sorry to cut you, bro. I'm just checking now. You lot, we are 10 subscribers away from 1K. You lot, tell a friend.
Oh, we're 10 subscribers.
Get your uncle, get your aunt. We can get to 1K before this stream ends. 100%. You go on your burners, tell family members. Even if, obviously, encourage them to watch. Even if they don't want to watch, just tell them to just subscribe, bro. Like, literally, just if you're at uni, anything, just tell everyone you know to subscribe. We are 10 away. 10 away, literally.
We can get that today.
We're 8 away.
Cool. JJ just refreshed it. My little speech worked. You don't.
8 away.
Who's going to be lucky 1,000, man?
Yeah,
big up Chainsaw, man.
And see, this is the pressure. This is going to put us under pressure now. Shit, like the meeting's got to happen quicker now. Like
7 away.
7 away.
Anyway.
Bruv. We need some ITKs or
Okay.
some shit now, like to
Trust.
get us it.
Now listen, man. Speaking of profile midfielder, right? Obviously, Anahi might not fit the profile. Good player, but I hear what G's saying.
Yeah, good player. Good player. I said I'm not saying he isn't, by the way.
Bro,
What about
imagine
Weston
Dempsey,
McKinney?
you know,
Now this is a guy.
What about Weston McKinney? On loan, they originally wanted to sign him for 20 million.
Wow.
Decided to sign him on loan with an option to buy at 22 million euros, by the way. Juventus are in 15th now because of their point deduction. They can't be getting rid of players yet. They have to somehow pay off debts, get people off the wage bill. Weston
I'm so
McKinney.
smiling with Tyler Adams in that.
Look how
That's me about Weston McKinney, G. Because Weston McKinney, we've spoken about him, and you're an admirer alongside obviously that trio of Yunus Musa and Tyler Adams.
That whole midfield.
What's going on? How have they been able to pull this one out of the bag?
Apparently, it's a loan deal, and I think after a certain amount of games, then they sign him. They have an obliged to sign him.
Obliged to buy, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm lost for words, bro. I'm actually lost for words. Like Weston McKinney on a loan deal, and a sick loan deal as well. Like, and you're trying to tell me that we couldn't even? Maybe we did. I don't know. Maybe we couldn't even just inquire about my man. Like, very good midfielder would slot straight into this team. Take out whoever you want out of that midfield. Take out Keita, take out Thiago, take out Bajcetic. In fact, take out Bajcetic. See you later, mate. You can sit on the bench. Weston McKinney comes straight in. Experience at the highest level. Obviously went to the World Cup, plays Champions League football, obviously playing for Juventus, so obviously experience to that kind of level of football under that atmosphere. And the fact that he's even going to Leeds like is actually just amazing. And he's playing alongside Tyler Adams and who's the other guy? What's the other American brother?
Tyler Adams.
Aronson.
Aronson. You know what I mean? Like, so that trio right there, yo, they're building something over there, kind of thing. Like, I feel like with Leeds, boy, if they get like a top striker in.
Oh shit! 1K.
Hey, you know, 1K.
Hey, we got everyone in
Hey, we hit that 1K.
Big up.
Yo.
What?
Hey, you know when you look at the YouTube, I'm seeing not even like 900 and so I'm seeing 1K.
You know what I'm
1K.
gonna say? Yeah, it's beautiful how it happened because I know you two are thinking this as well. I wouldn't have wanted it to happen when we're not on stream. I wanted it to happen
we're
like this, bro.
You know what? Yeah,
in the stream.
big up, big up. That's mad.
Crazy.
That's
You
crazy.
said it, bro. You said before the end of January. You said it.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Listen, massive props. Like, I mean, boy.
Hey, that's actually sick. That's actually sick. Hey, that actually made me smile today. That's
You know what? Yeah. You know what? The deadline day blues are for Klopp, not for us though. Not for us. This is good for us. Big up,
Rodz, by the way. I think Rodz was saying on his channel to get everyone to try and subscribe as well. So I think someone said that. So big up, Rodz.
You know what? We have to drop some heat for this, man. We have to drop some heat. But I don't even know. Yeah, you have to drop some heat. Just you know what?
Yeah, true though, man. Smiling. You never see me smile.
Yeah, bruv. Like just.
You don't see me smiling. Crazy. What, Liverpool? No way.
يلا لك لبستها اجمل بنطلون رامي بحبنا مجنون دق الماني لبستها اجمل بنطلون رامي بحبنا مجنون دق الماني.
Jesus.
Guys, I'm the one in the middle still. I'm the one in the middle.
In it. I'm just. We got the 1K.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Everyone though, that's actually sick still. And in fact, we got to share it with all of you live on stream as well, with like the three of us. Yo, that's sick, man. Big up Ish as well. Obviously, couldn't be here, but yo, that's actually sick. That's actually sick still.
That's crazy. You know what? Just for that, man, I wasn't gonna drop it again because you don't deserve the free promo, but he's gonna get the free promo anyway. John, run the rhythm, man. Let's go. We'll be back. That is crazy, people.
She telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come for me. No one's attention wanna come forward. I wanna.
You haven't heard this, isn't it?
She telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No one's attention wanna come forward. I won't let her go.
Hold on, I need to put a little thumbnail thing on them. Listen, big up people for the 1K. That is massive. I don't know if you can hear us, but bro, we're gonna have to do something special for you guys. Make sure you're running that up. That's John as well. Big up. Big up.
Finally, now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play. I go change your mind. Just give me some time, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth, just like Aliyah. That's all I wanna do right now.
Can't get copyright when you know when you got the copyright, bro.
Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up? Say you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body, make a bend up on that reeling. Bad man, turn you over like a steering.
I've actually haven't said it. John, see music video. I'm involved.
That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. What you telling me to come forward? Come for me. That's what they telling me.
Hey, just a snippet. But listen, big up to everyone. Big up to that's mad. That is mad. You know what? The 1K might change. It might be 900 by the end of the day. But the fact I've seen 1K, that is crazy. That is crazy. Big up, man. Big up to everyone in the building.
I'm just so happy. It was inevitable, but I'm just happy it happened while us three. Big up issues, bro. Big part of the channel, but whilst we were on stream, bro, it just makes it that bit more sweeter, man. But big up everyone. Big up everyone. Everyone that's ever been on the channel, all of you up there inside. Yeah. Listen, like JJ always says, we're just speaking here, but this is your show. Without you, this show doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? You've been a big part. There's been new subscribers that have been here from day one. All of you, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, anyone that's been there before the 1K, you guys are all here from day one, because without you guys, I'm telling you, like, people don't get, there's enough times like you're doing this, you're getting abuse at the beginning, you're not getting views, and it's like you don't know whether you want to even do it. Like, you're just not sure. You're sitting around. There's a lot of people, I'm telling you now, like, that were involved when we started, not involved anymore. Yeah. They didn't show the stomach. Like, it's easy to just go and say, nah, you know what, it's not working. You're looking, there's other people doing proper. For us to get to 1,000, especially with how we're talking about, what we're talking about and the way we speak about it, it's very against the grain.
Very.
And that's what it is, we know. It's none of this positivity. It's none of this positivity propaganda. It's literally just like, we've just been honest. The fact that you guys appreciate it, that's what is bigger for us. That's what makes us go like, oh wow. And 7 months ago, I might as well do it now, but I'll explain the story of how this all happened, right? So for ages,
Jerry was begging me, he was calling me, it was every day. No.
Listen, yeah. So 7 months ago, before that, during COVID, obviously, was on Coppish and stuff. Some of you would have seen me doing the call-ins. And my missus and that was saying, no, you should do it as well. You always watching them anyway. Like, she was getting annoyed at the time. I was living at my mum's house. So she was over there. She's like, always like, oh, what are you doing there? You're just watching all the time. Obviously getting annoyed because we're not doing, we're not chatting. We're not doing anything. I'm just watching Coppish, right? Trying to get on the streams. I decided one day, when we moved out and stuff, 7 months ago, I was like, oh, I'm just going to go and do it. And I had done before, and some people might know and might recognize, I was doing TikToks. Now, I got embarrassed at the TikToks because I was at a family do, and one of my aunties was like, so you're doing TikTok now? You're doing TikTok, yeah? And when I said that, I was like, yeah, I need to cancel this. So I deleted the whole thing, obviously proper embarrassed. No, I can't be doing this. This looks mad. Because it was weird setting up a camera and chatting to a camera when no one's chatting to you. This dynamic is different. 100%. G knows because G's the TikTok sensation, so he knows he's comfy with it now. But listen, me, I was struggling. went and 7 months ago decided to go and do it. And I just said one night, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And what I mean by done it is that I went and started the channel, went on YouTube, learned how to make thumbnails, do this, do that. Everything went right. I designed the intro video all by myself, and I didn't have no like help at all, like because I didn't know how to start off. Fast forward, do a couple. Within that time, I'd obviously started to chat to G a lot. Because of Klopp Zone, a lot of you guys might remember. And then from there, it's just been growing and growing. And then obviously, Romz, I was on a stream with Romz once, and then me and Romz clicked. We're from the same area. Started, and then that's how we went and grew. And then since then, it's been us three just rolling with the punches since. So listen, big up to everyone supporting. I know Romz have got their own version of what happened, and they could chat about G as well. But
it's a bit. You got to make me cry, man. I'm joking, but you know it's emotional because I'll tell you my little story on this. Like I've met G and JJ through their brothers for life. We don't just speak Liverpool. We speak about every other factors of life every day.
If you ever saw the WhatsApp conversation, you think, bruh, we're actually crazy.
Me and G's first conversation, you don't mind me saying, G, we were arguing. Our first conversation was an argument about Nunes because I was like, I don't think the irony. I was like, I don't think we should spend this. G's like, bruv, just spend the money if you want.
Imagine I was one saying spend the money on Nunes.
He was
Can
the
you
one
imagine?
saying that, you know. Then
Imagine.
I love the player now, and G can't stand him. The irony. But, and I met me and G's first conversation was arguing about Nunes, but it's all love. I got to know him as a person, one of the best people I met. Same as JJ. Me and JJ met on Monster Channel, Big Six Bands, big up as well. We like JJ said, we just clicked. Then from there, and also through Klopp Zone as well, I started speaking to these two, and yeah, man, it's just been so natural as well. Nothing's forced. It's just been plain sailing, man. So these two brothers for life. I'm happy I met them first. And again, like you briefly mentioned JJ as well, like big up the missus because I know there's nights she'll be annoyed with you, like you're going live again.
Yeah, real talk. Big up the missus.
I want some me time, but she understands the vision. She supports you. So big up the missus as well, man. And yeah, man.
You guys don't get twisted. Big up the missus, but it's beef a lot of the time, though. Like she knows it's beef. Like, on the day-to-day, it's beef. This is just all bizarre, but yeah, big up, missus for that. Man.
I was gonna say anyway, guys in the comments, like Romz just said it, Jerry said it. Like I'm not even gonna go that deep. I think what we need to appreciate is Jerry's vision is the reason why we're like me and Romz anyway. Is why we're here. Like we could go on. We go on a lot of channels. Like what we go on other channels and stuff like that. And big up all those other channels too. And you know what I mean? They're all good channels. You know what I mean, in their own merit. But I think the vision that Jerry's had. And even Jerry, if you don't even mind me saying, like, I remember even at the beginning for you, this channel weren't like, there wasn't really like an end goal like that, so to speak. It was just like, yeah, let's just keep talking our shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we're just real. We want to just be as honest as possible in our own space. No one can tell us we can't say this, we can't say that. And we just all felt comfortable. But I think over time, when Jerry started to kind of like realize that, yo, like, this is something that we're all passionate about. We're all passionate about Liverpool. We all want Liverpool to do well in our own different ways. Me, Jerry, and Romz do not agree on everything. I can promise you guys this 100%. Now. 100% now. It doesn't work like that. And I think that's where the dynamic will always work, is that we all have difference of opinions, but we all have the same goal and we understand each other, you know. But I think for me, the key, for me anyway, is just the vision. Like seeing the vision, understanding like, yo, like this isn't just a little YouTube channel where, you know, we're just here to talk to you guys, but which is fine, by the way. I'm not dissing anybody who does that, because there are channels that are specifically for that, you know, because your own personal thing, you just want to get your thoughts out. But I think with Jerry and with Romz, like, yo, man, this is like, as Romz said, it's like brothers for life. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, we've all met each other, we're building, get into the 1Ks, get into the 1K. That's just good for YouTube. That just puts us on a YouTube map. We didn't care about that though. We're just here because we want to just talk Liverpool. But now, obviously, the two can marry up. And guys, we want to big up each and every single one of you. Even everyone who we argue with on a daily, on every single stream. We probably love you the most, because you guys are the ones who bring life to this channel. Like, you allow us to give us our opinions, you respect it, and we can then listen to your opinions, have a debate, and then we all understand each other. And that's what it's all about, man. We're not here to just give you one opinion and then that's it. yeah, it's that opinion and that opinion only. Nah, man, you guys all have a voice as well. We want to grow this channel for you guys. But yeah, that's my speech.
Yeah, big up, man. Like, look, Phoenix saying here, look, I remember I was cleaning up when Jay said on Coppish, Liverpool wouldn't win a major trophy for 5 years. I swerved my neck, shocked by the boldness, but I have enjoyed the content ever since. Like, that's what it is that when what I started to realize was my opinion, there wasn't a space for it. Like, in Liverpool, there wasn't a space for my opinion. A lot of the time when you spoke, it was very, you're either this or you're that, or you're this or you're that. There wasn't actually communication. So,
and JJ, it was the time of your opinion as well. Remember, we were on the verge.
We were on course. Yeah, we're on the course of the quadruple. We're on course of the quadruple. Yeah. When I said it, and I was like, I just don't see it. And obviously, I came from a place of logic. People don't want to go and see that, which is fair at the time. But that's what I'm talking about. The fact that Phoenix can come on and we can have a discussion as to why that is. On any other platform, we're not going to go and get that.
Facts.
I know certain people try to go and say, and the other day, I'm not even going to mention the brother's name. He wants to come in and be like, yeah, we don't get to say an opinion because you think I'm wrong. And no. It's not that. We're just going to challenge your opinion. You can have your opinion, but it will be challenged, isn't it?
It will be challenged. 100%.
If I say something, if I say, oh, yeah, I think Salah is the worst player in Liverpool's history. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I have my opinion, but G's going to challenge it, isn't it? G's going to challenge
beefing, 100%.
You know I mean? Beefing. Exactly. But that's what we want. And I wanted it to, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a place where it's like, I didn't have friends that were Liverpool fans like that. So I didn't speak to Liverpool fans. So knowing that there's a community out there and we can go and chat about it, this is amazing. And big up to Effortless as an example today. Like, we're chatting to Effortless. You're disagreeing with me and I'm speaking to you in the conversation. But I want you to come back. I don't want you to think like, nah, you're against me. And like, it's not that. It's not that deep. At the end of the day, it's just football. It's just football. Yeah. Like, there's other stuff in the world that's way more important. You've got your misses, you've got your things going on in your life, you've got X, Y, and Z. This is just football. So when we're talking about it, the fact that you can go and obviously, and do you know what I mean, just converse with us, that's amazing. And obviously you saying, look, this is the channel, the closest thing to a natural football conversation with friends you can get, whether it's interacting with the community or yourselves, respectively. It's a true standalone fact. And I want to say as well, we're going to get back to the football side of it, and we'll probably do a show just on this, right? Just on this type of topic. But that what you're saying there is we want that. I know we miss a lot of the comments when there's so many comments, but we try to like engage with every single person. And that's why in the future, when we've got things going on, we want as many of you down here because we want to actually meet you face to face. Like, it's not just a screen thing. We actually want to meet you face to face. We're no like celebrities or anything. We're just brothers. Like, any of you guys can come on. And anytime we have calling shows and you guys come on, you're essentially part of the team for that however long you're there, the 5-10 minutes or whatever. So yeah, big up.
Jerry, speak for yourself, man. I don't know about you, but I'm a big time. I'm a big time, man.
Yeah, big up.
You don't want to meet none of you, man. He thinks you.
You know what I mean? My security guard might start getting a bit aggy and that. It's a bit.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Saying, do you know this, brother G? And G's just there with the sunglasses up.
The sunglasses.
Who's that? And we know.
JJ, you can imagine the way G would say it as well. No, I don't know, man.
I know, man.
No. Carry on my business. Like hey, big up Williams, man. Oh yeah. Jerry just said it there. Yeah, 100%. We want to meet all of you. Like, I just clocked what he actually said. We want to meet every single one of you. Like, fully want to meet you guys and have a conversation. So stay tuned for that. By the way, stay tuned for that.
Exactly, 100%, man, 100%. But mad.
Yeah, come on, special trim for the 1K. Come on, bro. I already know the bad.
McKinney, obviously, right profile, stats look incredible. How have they been able to get that over the line, man? How have they been able to do that? And Liverpool haven't inquired, haven't looked. I mean, that's McKinney. Yeah, go on, G.
Jesse March has definitely got that. Definitely got that connection and hookup, to be honest with you. Like, you know what I mean? Tyler Adams, probably a bit like what Virgil would have done for Gakpo. As soon as we find out the club's kind of interested for you, let me chat to him real quick. See, you know what I mean? Let him know that their Leeds are building something. And again, a lot of teams, I think, before we get onto all the other deals, I think a lot of teams have seen that we're in a position now where, like, you need to. It's like anyone who's been to Bicester Village. I don't know if anyone actually has, but if you've ever been to Bicester Village, again, I don't really go there often, but with Bicester Village, it's the type of place where it's a shopping place. You go there from week to week. They always have different stock. So one week you might find that there's a Tyler Adams. Next week there might not be no Tyler Adams. You might need to go grab something else. You might get lucky. Tyler Adams might still be there. But the reality is, if you don't grab this player and if you don't grab this Balenciaga today, it's not guaranteed to be there tomorrow. And now teams are willing to actually go out there and spend more and more money because they don't want to miss out on all of these targets. I think we're seeing a lot more teams starting to just say, yo, let's just break the bank now because we ain't trying to be left behind. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We don't want to be left behind anymore. So I think that's just where we're at the moment.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Next one, similar profile. Breaking news: he's been spotted at Munich airport on his way to Manchester. It's looking like Sabitzer. This one they managed to get over the line. Another loan deal. Liverpool were heavily linked with him last summer, the summer before that. Apparently, Klopp and Linda's huge admirers of this midfielder. Liverpool nowhere to be seen. Not even interested in this player. What's going on, man?
You see on Sabitzer, yeah. Again, I don't even like calling that club by their name, but let's just call them that club from Salford, yeah. This is a very shrewd hand for them. And let me tell you why. Big up, by the way, Andy Carroll, you're a disgrace. That tackle was disgusting. You are disgusting.
I didn't see it. I never saw. Was it that bad?
You know when you just want to injure a man?
It was a double leg, like sit on the ankle tackle. Like
then
sit
he
on the
locks
ankle
it kind of. Do you know what I mean? It's like a double leg, then he kind of locks it in.
Yeah.
You're disgraced for that. I don't wish injury on any player. I never have, never will. But Samson's very similar to Ericsson. He's kind of like a younger version of Ericsson. He's a good dead ball specialist, can score from range. He has a lot of similarities to Ericsson. So the fact they thought they're proactive, you know, Ericsson's out until May, by the way. You know, Ericsson's out. Oh, let's look around. Doesn't have to be a permanent, you know, just a stopgap until the end of the season to reach their objective, whether it's to win the Europa League or to get top 4, which I think they've already pretty much got. Look, proactive, got him in. I think it's a very shooter. Big up Ram, because I know Ram is thinking, this is Schlecht, that is Schlecht, like this is bad. You know, Ram with his German, bro. But Ram's been a big admirer of Sabitzer, so he wanted him from summers ago. But that is a very shrewd signing. That they've got that one right. I can see him being a success, especially in that United team with Casemiro next to him. Yeah, man. Yeah, that I think that is a very, not even just a very good signing. It just makes sense, and I think I think he'll do so well. They'll probably even permanently sign him. But the light for that, and then Ericsson to come back, and if they sign him, they have that depth for next season. Yeah, man. I think they've got this one right.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. Again, I don't watch him, and this season I don't think he's really played that much. So I kind of wanted to know, what do people actually think about that kind of a signing? I know Romz is saying he is quite similar to an Ericsson. But yeah, if that seems like a good stopgap, then at the end of the day, whether he is or isn't, at least they're trying to do something to, as you say, just plug that hole anyway that they're going to have in the team. Otherwise, they're only going to have like McTominay and all these kind of guys. So yeah, if he's a good signing, guys, and you think, yeah, why not? Man United, yeah, that they got to do their business, which kind of baffles me as to why I don't know what the maximum in terms of loans are, but I don't know, like, why are we not looking? You know, Lokonga apparently might be going to Crystal Palace, or if not, he's already gone there. That's a deal that might happen today. Obviously, we've seen Weston McKinney come in on loan, Sabitzer on loan. Look, there's so many other players going around on loan. It does baffle me that Liverpool haven't looked at the loan market and said, you know, there's some good players that, like, I'm not saying look at the loan market and get Kabak or Ben Davis. Like, I'm talking about, there's a couple ballers in there. Like,
he's a centre back, Kabak. He's a centre back, Kabak. Bro,
that's even more embarrassing than the Arsenal Partey song, bro. Like,
yeah, it was, man.
Like, bro, that song was actually joke though.
But that one's actually aged well now.
Yeah, 100%. That's aged.
When it first came out, yeah, that was embarrassing.
I just don't get why we're not looking. You see, but these are
in trouble.
He's a famous Ghanaian singer, apparently.
Yeah, he is.
That's what I was trying to wonder. Like, who is it who come up with the song? But obviously, him being Ghanaian kind of made sense, I guess. But yeah, I just don't get this loan market thing, man. Like, surely there must be some loan players out there centre back or two, or you know what I mean. Right now, you got to realize, beginning of the season, Liverpool were walking in with 2 centre backs that you could put your hand on heart and say, if they were able to play every game, they would be available. Van Dijk and Nat Phillips, because Gomez, Kanate, and Matip, you can't guarantee them for shit. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you've got that, that's not really. But then, okay, fair enough. You've got your 5. Fair enough. Not all of them are going to play. Now we got injuries, 2 centre back injuries, midfield problems, right wing, no one to play there. What? No one on loan, like nobody. Like seriously, like wow.
One player I think would have been a perfect loan deal for us. Knows the club, has been praising the club ever since he's left. And I know some people might turn their cheek, but he's better than what we have now. I would have went in last day for John Joe Shelby, even on a loan, just for 6 months. Honestly, I would have done it because
you know what? I'm
trying to bring it back. I'm trying to bring it back, Brendan Rodgers.
Listen, if we had a breader day, yeah, and we're gonna play this long ball direct football, just for that 6 months, you just might need a breader.
Just 6 months.
And this is what I'm saying. There's so many signings, and you've seen it over the years. Like Lingard, right? When Lingard went to West Ham, no one was thinking that was a good signing, right? Until we popped off.
Thank you.
So you don't know what these breaders are going to be able to go and do once they come into a system, and you just need to go and get results. It doesn't mean they stay there for the remainder of the thing, but you just need that extra juice. You might just need that body. Do you know what I mean? You might just need that one free kick from him that gets you a goal and wins you and wins you a game.
And you know what?
That is how you use the loan market, but we're not doing anything. We're just like Jason Harden's there. We're just like this with our fingers, just twiddling our fingers again.
Literally,
doing the paper thing like Wenger. Wenger used to stand in the long jacket and just play with that piece of paper and start tearing it up.
Do you know what it is, bro? Like, what annoys me about us as well, other than Ox, which now everyone's pretty much back and fit. You've seen he doesn't really play now. He'll get just subs minutes. No one. I'm fed up of this. We don't even have patterns of play, but we don't shoot from range enough. And when we do, you got Gakpo putting it into Rose that Shelby would at least hit the target. He's a good dead ball specialist.
But guess what, Romz? But this is what I'm saying. And I didn't even speak about him shooting. We know if he's playing for Liverpool, Klopp considers that giving
Klopp
the ball.
He'll take a shot. No, Klopp, what's you doing? And he'll take him off.
He'll just take him off. That'll be it.
For me, a 6-month loan. Remember, I've not said Bayern, just a 6-month loan. Newcastle, I've not checked their transfer business, but I know obviously they got to Gordon over the line. I think they're going to do a deadline day signing for a centre mid. Big up Kennel. That's what Kennel told me anyway. But they're looking into that market. They're inclined to sell him. So,
yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. And obviously, the last one that we're going to do before we obviously wrap up, knowing that there's nothing to really talk about. We might be back later on, but
Jorginho,
it's looking like it's done. It's looking like it's done, man. It's looking like it's done. That's obviously his agent. He's there. That's official image with him in the kit. Yeah, Jorginho looking like it's done. 12 million euro winner. Arteta wanted him at Man City when he was there, and Guardiola, remember, they were linked for him, and then Chelsea came in with a ridiculous, with the bidding, because Sarri was there at the time. He went with Sarri instead of going to Guardiola. I rate him as a baller. Yes, he's got his deficiencies, but to deputize for Partey or to come into games for a Partey and for a Xhaka that are having an excellent season, it's an upgrade on Sambi Lokonga. They're going to make their money back if they sell him. They have an option with another year, because it's a 2-year deal with an option of a third.
How old is he?
29? 31?
Nah,
31?
Yeah, I think he's like 30, 31. That's what I'm saying, that 2 years, because he'll be signed for 18 months.
I think.
Let's say that takes him to like 33.
Yeah, 33 with an option depending on, because of his game that rely on athleticism. Yeah, exactly. I think. Go on.
Quickly before you go, JJ hit the nail on the head. Like, I was in a big up Lippy and that, and Chai from Gold Diggers, but I was in a space of them, and they were crying. They weren't really sure. There was some outrage, and the Arsenal fans were joining and whatnot. And there's pros and cons to this, but for me, the only real con is, I'll be honest, JJ, if they get hit on the counter, we know his lateral movement ain't the best. He could be done on the counter, but for me, there's more pros with that deal, because let's be honest, he's not going to start, in my opinion, any real Prem game. He's there for the Europa League stage, and when it comes to the lat stage, when they take it more seriously, he might not play at all, or he will come come in to like shore things up. Their experience like JD's on about. He's a winner. He's won, I think, everything but the Prem off the top of my head.
Yeah,
he's a winner. He's a winner. You need look. They've brought in the Zinchenkos, the parties, the Gabriel Jesus that have been league winners. They've brought in not a league winner, but they've brought in another winner, Euros, Champions League. That winning mentality. I think this is shrewd, and to have him there whilst Partey's out, because apparently, key word, the case might come back up, and this is what I'm hearing through the grapevine. That case come back up, and this is why you've kind of got to rate Arteta and Eddie again. They've been proactive. They thought, you know what? Let's say the court does do whatever they do with that, and apparently he's got a hip injury. I don't know how severe it is. Jorginho come in because the counter argument is us fans were annoyed because break the back for Caicedo. You know, similar to what we said when we won the league. They've not even won it yet, but when we won the league, then go and strengthen because they're in a position they're literally on the home straight by the Caicedo. So there's outrage with, I'd say, more of their fans than not. But I still think it's quite a good signing. And if they win the league, who's going to care if they brought him in? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, Jorginho, I've always liked Jorginho as a player. I think there's deficiencies, of course. I think in the right system, he can do very well. Like if he was at City, we'd be talking about him like we'd be waxing Liverpool. When he's playing in the double pivot at Chelsea, when they've got 5 at the back and they're playing 5-2-3, you know what I mean? 5-2-3 formation, and it's just him and Bakayoko or him and whoever or Kante, and they're running around trying to do their thing. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same because he's not that type of player, and obviously the Italian league's different. Look, he's not the ideal player. I don't think it's the player that obviously Arsenal wanted. But they're showing we've got an option A, we've got an option B, we've got an option C. And that's my thing with it, is that if Klopp wanted Bellingham and Bellingham wasn't available, I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to get Matheus Nunes as an example. I'm not going to question that from Liverpool. I'm not. It's the fact that you're not signing anyone. That's where the issue comes to me. When I look at Jorginho, I look at a player he's going to be a winner. He's won stuff. Right mentality. He's going to want to go and set the record straight. He's Prem proven. You know he can do it in the Premier League. He's not going to go and just, do you know what I mean? He can. I've seen him dictate games by himself. I've seen him change games by himself. You can do that quarterback role really well. To have someone like that for 12 million on your bench with experience, it's a no-brainer for me. Especially when you're going into a title challenge. It's probably the best outcome you could have got if you couldn't go and get a Caicedo. Even like a Caicedo. Yeah, it's the big money signing. But Caicedo, the sample size is still 26 games, bro. If it don't work out, you're finished. You're putting all your eggs on that basket. 12 million is chicken change for Arsenal at the moment, and it makes sense for me. I know, obviously.
You got to realize, sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say, you got to realize, like, I look at Jorginho, that's like, they play kind of like, it's kind of like a double pivot or really one defensive midfielder kind of at Arsenal. Like, I feel like it switches, game by game with like Xhaka and Partey. He's just a different profile to them, but they all play the same position, more or less, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I think when you get in someone like him who's a different profile, someone who can keep the ball, as you said, if he was in a Manchester City team, that's probably the perfect team for him under Pep. But even at Arsenal, they play quite similar in terms of the possession game and their quick transition into attack. I feel like having someone like Jorginho in there, like you say, they might not have to play all the time. They could just come in and, play every now and again. As Romz said, Europa League, like this is a guy who's experienced. He might play every now and again. Yeah, he's an average signing, but I wouldn't mind having a Partey, Caicedo, and Jorginho. You've got experience mixed with prime, mixed with potential. You can't ask for more than that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's literally the perfect combination. Experience mixed with prime, mixed with potential. And all three are players who, Caicedo obviously because the sample size is kind of small, but all three anyway, they at least look good kind of thing. You're not looking at them thinking, yeah, man, this is like you're not sure about him. Is he really like Carvalho, for example? We know he's good. You know what I'm trying to say, man, we'll pick him up regardless. But you're a little bit unsure it can cut it at this level because we haven't seen it long enough kind of thing. Whereas Caicedo, he's doing it at this level. He's the potential. Partey's the prime. And Jorginho's the experience. There you go, man. Like, I think that's a good signing, man. Good signing.
Big up to Junior saying Melo will be like a new signing for you guys. according to your fans. I love it. Raise them standards and demand more. Don't settle for less when you evidently can do more. Facts. I agree. It's going to get through some of these.
Jorginho was all third in the Ballon d'Or, and I forgot about that.
Exactly. Imagine getting a Ballon d'Or nominee, right? Someone that's won the Euros, scores every pen and all of that. Like, let's put it there. He's top 10 deep line playmakers in the world.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Like maybe top 15, but like he's in there. He's in there. To get that for 12 million, that's dumb. That's a sick deal.
Sorry,
did you just mention Ballon d'Or nominees? I don't want to hear a word come out of your mouth about Darwin Núñez again. Don't be mentioning Ballon d'Or.
Bro, Darwin Núñez will come like 50th or something. I'm talking about.
I'll be ashamed.
Effortless saying him not calling them out isn't enabling them. That's in regards to Klopp. They are literally the boss of him. No doubt he was assured they'd be selling, and now look at the fallout when maybe they aren't.
I don't think the board told him that they were selling though. I actually think the board I think they're very honest with him, and I think he's very honest with them. I believe that they told him that we're looking for investors. I don't think there was a conversation about selling. There might have been one. I'm not saying Liverpool don't sell, but I think the conversation was just more about we're trying to get investment. It's looking good. We are talking to a few people. We're not going to obviously tell you who, blah, blah. And then that's what Klopp is obviously then started to talk about in his press conferences afterwards. When you hear him, when the reporters are asking him about all of this stuff, there wasn't a conversation, in my opinion, again, my own opinion, I don't know, but I don't think there was a combo about a sale. I think there was a conversation about getting investment to the football club, whether that be in the shape of a sale or in whatever, like percentages or whatever. Or shares, whatever it was, there was just a conversation about that. And I think that's what Klopp was always thinking. Maybe they said to him, yeah, we're looking for that. We're going to get the ball rolling, tear. And obviously now he's seeing that things are not popping. We're in a situation now.
Exactly, man. RJ here saying Klopp is 100% obsessed with the Jude to the exclusion of everything else at the moment. He will only consider other mids after Jude is sorted. The guy is crazy. Thunder Road saying, shout out to the Ghana man in top right who get a fresh shave for the transfer deadline day.
Come on, bro. What do you mean? Like,
I'm calling.
I always had my hat on as well. So today's the day.
Your name's not G, keeping it G today. Your name's G White. You're the black G White.
But G White, I like it. I'm about to start calling myself the G White.
And you're invited, didn't it? Transfer deadline day, and you're invited.
Or G O'Connor.
G O'Connor. What G? No, don't lie. He's saying you're the send out. He's saying you're outside the AXA, knowing nothing's happening in the mud like this. Liverpool still not signing anyone.
You know, back in the day, yeah, you'll be outside. Back in the day, you'll be outside. I can't even forget the train guy. Melwood shivering, bro, with this guy.
No signings, bro. No signings. Just like the umbrella all moving up. Like, do you know what I mean? Getting blown away. It's reported Liverpool are not not signing anybody.
Bro, you don't kill me one time, yeah. One time Jim Wright was in the studio. He's like, oh, we need to get him a coffee. He's freezing. And then the next time they came to him,
we had a coffee.
They gave him a coffee.
They just gave him boiling water, bro. There weren't even any coffee.
We're the worst club to do that because we hardly have.
You know when I can see your breath. You know what it's so cold? I can see your breath, and I'm thinking, right. I'm watching the TV, and I can see your breath moving crazy.
He's been the Sky Sports.
Man's out here like. At Melwood, because it's open planned as well. You know where he's standing. There's no buildings to keep him cool. You just get catching every lick of wind. It's crazy. It's crazy.
There, like.
Sadiq Edwards saying the squad is good enough. The tactics are not.
It's really not.
Yeah. Angel 968 saying you said he doesn't deserve it. G. That's in terms of him getting money. Obviously, I'm going to challenge that. Klopp took us to 3 Champions League finals. How is Liverpool's success under Klopp irrelevant? That's ridiculous, G.
Because we need to understand that, fair enough, he took us to 4 finals, actually, the Europa League as well. He's won 1, so the ratio isn't in his favour. He's lost more finals than he's actually won at this football club. Unfortunately, he's been second more times than he's been first at this football club. So the record doesn't always look good when you look at it from the other side of things. But obviously, he's won what he's won. He's never retained anything. He's only been able to win it the once. His retaining skills are, Jesus Christ, don't give him a jug of water to hold or something, boy. He might drop that. So we need to understand that he's not. Yes, you can look at it from that one side, but then you have to look at it on the flip side, because then we're seeing what we're seeing now. We're seeing that him as a person, we're starting to see the real Jurgen Klopp at this current moment in time. And I think once we've started to see that, that's what we're starting to dislike as a manager, as a person, and all that kind of stuff, is that some of your personality traits are starting to come out, and it's your personality traits is literally in the squad. So we're seeing the squad also come out with these personalities on the football pitch. Hence the reason why we're getting, in this position. Guys, we're ninth. I'm just letting you know we are ninth. Like, just bear that in mind.
Junior saying Liverpool fans will have to leave their lists for the next window now. LOL. You guys are too slow to move, too stagnant, too reserved. Need to do more if you don't want others around you to eclipse you. Facts. Pyrex, big up to Digger saying, Jerry, question for G and Romz and you. Thoughts on top red brown envelopes who don't call out FSG for brown envelopes? They will say players coming from injuries are like signings. All enablers, bro. That's what I've got to say about that. All enablers.
I echo that.
Yeah. Thunder Road saying Kamaldeen Sulemana to Southampton, Ghanaman to save them from relegation. Yeah, decent signing. Whether the impact's there, I don't know. That's the problem. He's going to be very direct, very entertaining to watch. You rip up a couple, man. Is he going to be able to deliver and score when they need to score? Assist when they need him to assist? We'll have to wait and see. Andrew Lane saying, Klopp took years to build a team that So I assume.
I think he meant took Klopp years to build a team.
It took Klopp years to build a team. That team, because of ages coming to the end, it was not back to build a squad. Fair enough. Sally saying, I would have rather signed no one. That's in regards to Jorginho.
Hey, Sally, be happy, man. You're not on top of the league. You guys are calm. You got some decent players. Like, you could be ninth right now. Like, be happy, man. Smile.
Albert saying, nice to know Obroni isn't the only Ghanaian out here. Streets of Ruth 10 saying, why is this the real Klopp? What about when we won the league? Wasn't that the real Klopp?
What's that in reference to?
I don't know. I guess it took 7 years to see the real Klopp. No, I think it. I don't know. I don't know what people are saying, but I think.
Okay.
Klopp has been Klopp. I think Klopp has been Klopp, but it's within a certain parameters. I think all the things have to align. So he has to have the real good backing. The scouting department has to be really good. The players have to be of a certain age, and that's enabled him. Once those key components start to go away, you start to see not as good of a manager, because he's not someone that necessarily relies on a lot of tactics. He's not the best tactically, right? He doesn't spend the most, because he's never spent the most as a manager. So we don't know how that operates. So
this is what's frustrating, JJ. If you look at the Fergies, the Wengers, the Guardiolas, the Ancelottis, everything doesn't have to align for them. Like, you just make it work. You adapt. Everything shouldn't have to align if you're of that. I'm not saying Klopp's not elite, but when you compare him to the rest, there's
that's what I meant, by the way. Is like when you learn a lot about a person when the chips are down. That's when you learn how good in football terms anyway. That's when we know how good you really are. It's easy to like all Liverpool fans say about Pep Guardiola. He's got the money, so clearly, they don't rate him because he has this money kind of thing, and they think, it's just because of the money, nothing to do with the fact that he's one of the best tacticians in world football. So I'm saying Klopp obviously can't rely on money, and we knew this for 7 years. When we're now seeing Klopp in this situation whereby everything is how it is, everything's not perfect, and all of that, I then need to see, how are you when the chips are down? Even if you're trying and you're doing something different, me, Jerry, and Romz, we definitely won't be sitting and getting onto Klopp the way that we do, because we can see something. We can at least see, okay, you know what? He's actually trying something different.
What's an example of
give
that?
him some time.
When we all saw the lineup,
this is the real Klopp.
When we all saw the lineup, it's just a little example of what you just said, to justify what you said. When we saw the lineup against Wolves, you wouldn't know this, but in our chat, we were like, no, credit to him. He's changed something. Played Elliott in his correct position. All of us, we shut up because he's changed something. But then what did he do? He went back to he went back to his comfort zone. But then we're going to get onto him again. We love the club. This isn't Klopp FC. This is Liverpool FC. So we're then going to give him stick again, because that stick was justified because the results were then continued to be bad. It's not rocket science. The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, exactly, man. Marshall saying, look, I truly love this channel. You guys are legends of these YouTube streets. Much love to y'all, man, from NY Harlem. Klopp out.
Jeez.
Harlem Globetrotters and that. Big up Marshall, man. But let's see if there's anything else, man. But we got Sam Max Legend saying, hey Dre, keep up the great. I hope the channel grows. Big up. We appreciate that a lot. Let's see, Anfield Road saying shout out. But yeah. So people, look, this is where we're gonna end it. We've been on stream for an hour, 30 minutes. Deadline day blues. I wasn't that blue at all. Again, appreciate you guys so much. Obviously, getting us to the 1K. It doesn't mean we stop here, but it's a massive milestone for us nonetheless. We may be back today, tomorrow, whatever. We'll have a little 1K stream, get some guests on or whatnot. So we'll see what we can do, man. But before we head out, G and Romz, anything you want to say to the people?
It's inevitable, man. Listen, just thank you to everyone who's got us here. If you've been here from the start, if you're new, every little help, every comment you've ever sent, the subscribe, telling people, just any way you've helped growing this channel, big up each and every one of you. Again, Jerry and G, it's been a pleasure. Like I'm cutting, but listen, it's been a pleasure.
Tell us something.
It's been a pleasure to get to know you two. Long may it continue. That's us three. Long may it grow, the growth and stuff. But yeah, man, it's been wicked. But big up everyone inside and just thank you. And yeah, just listen. Our club is where it's at. You just start accepting it because nothing's gonna change till earliest the summer. So just try not to let Liverpool get you that down, man. Just let it become the norm.
Guys, should we have a summer party? Like, let us know, bro. Like, let us know in the comments. Like, should we throw a little party for the streamers and that? You know what I mean? Yeah. See what's going on. But guys, make sure if you haven't already, even though we've asked 100 times, and I know we got to that 1K and we pick up everyone. If you haven't already, and you're watching this stream on Twitter or anywhere else that this is being posted out, please subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. We've got some more fun stuff kind of coming up. Some new stuff should be coming up fairly soon over the coming weeks and months. So everyone just stay tuned. Big up Jerry, big up Romz. Tomorrow I should be going live as well on GTV. So
yeah, so make sure everyone from here, please go over to GTV because the channel's the same. It's the same channel, but if you want to know what we're going to be talking about, check GTV first because he's going to give you the lowdown of what's going on. And then we're going to go and chop it up with you guys here because those are not as interactive, but they're giving you all the details so you know exactly. This is an extension of what we're talking about GTV. So please head over there, all of you guys. There's 97 people still in the building. Please just head over there. Let's get 97 subs just off the bat. Boom. Yeah, I mean, that will be greatly appreciated. But look, man, until next time, it's been a Jerry James show and we're out, people. Take it easy.